What's good, Elevators? It's your boy Ellivation here with another episode of the JBP Elevated, where we speak on the Joe Budden podcast and all of his co-hosts on and off the pod. Alright guys, I can already tell this is going to be one of the preachy episodes, so if you're not in that mood, tune in later today for the second episode I release. I'm sure it'll be more jovial. The Ian and Mark show, or the Mark and Ian show, whatever you want to call it, is off to a phenomenal start. Every episode gets better. You can tell they're starting to invest into this as an actual show now. They have multiple camera angles. The cameras even look better now. They'll work on the audio eventually and they'll get it up to par. And I know that's hard with a bunch of moving parts, and you don't want to spend that much money on a boom mic if you don't have anything to invest in a boom mic for, a mobile one at that. But with the Ian and Mark chemistry that they have, they're showing that, yeah, we need to invest in this. They're doing everything right. They're including the community. They're expanding the universe by having cameos in every episode. That's something for us to anticipate. The chemistry between Ian, Keeb, and Mark is top notch. Like, everything about this show is getting better and better and better. But I didn't make today's video to speak about the show. There are a couple of things that I saw in the show and heard in the show that made me, snap to. First and foremost, Ian made sure to let us know as the audience that it's only coming out once a week now. Thursdays, Ian and Mark show. We're on the 11th episode, or we've done 11 episodes, and this is episode 12. They made sure to point those two things out. Thursdays and episode 12. They're building a community. They started this show off of the guys that Mark is trying to get this show somewhere else. And he's using all the jokes that we use in the audience against him on the show, poking fun at himself. But seeing and hearing these things made me want to check the Patreon, so I did. And I noticed very quickly in the collections that there's only 6 collections. Where's BTS? In episode 12, I thought this was episode 40 something. One thing I didn't notice during the Patreon revamp that Ian posted on his Twitter was that they excluded BTS. It no longer exists. So my mind gets to racing. Holy shit. Your pay will remain the same. Holy shit. All that quote unquote work we put in just got tossed to the trash. Another thing I noticed, even though this was a YouTube exclusive, I didn't see any improper improv on the Patreon recap or re-up. But anyway, it gets me thinking, damn, we spend so much time talking about Flip losing his position. I didn't realize Ish, Ice, and Mel were losing their position in real time. Y'all, I told y'all, get good with Ian. Pay attention to the relationship that Mark is developing with Ian. Because what happens when Ian takes a liking to this nigga? And let's talk about Ian for a second. Ian was introduced to us, and the vast majority of us hated Ian. Ian was on BTS, and we were like, we don't want to see him anymore. It's too much of Ian. What is he trying to do? He's trying to be a star? Newsflash, he's becoming one. And because I have access to all the funds directly correlated to the JBP, if I can convince Joe as my partner that we should invest in this, it's nothing but a word. Go ahead. So I'm going to get the multiple camera angles. I'm going to hire writers. We're going to actually put time and invest into this. Damn, we could really make this into a show. I didn't know I was going to be a part of the show. How y'all let Ian surpass y'all in rankings? And speaking of Mark, guys, Mark is showing the answer to the question that I asked y'all a month ago. I was like, why is it that everybody's joining Joe and Joe is the only one receiving the benefits from it? Yeah, I'll get subscribers, but it doesn't correlate to viewership on your page. And we've seen that over the years already. But Mark is doing it the right way. I am going to give it my all at the JBN. So much so that now I am included into the universe. Yes, you could look at it from the outside looking in as, damn, Mark has a show under the JBN. But A, Mark has a show that nobody would have thought to check Mark for in the first place. And B, now I'm incorporated into the JBP forever. Forever, if I play my cards right. Whether I have a great continuance at the JBP or not. Now I have my own standalone with this nigga. And everyone has the opportunity to continue to have a standalone with him. I'm going to give y'all a free idea. Y'all are lucky I don't have the camera set up to where I could do this myself, because I sure would jump on this in a heartbeat. Y'all could thrust yourselves into this universe. Flip, it's already clear that you have a quote-unquote beef with Mark Lamont Hill. You can incorporate that into a standalone show. And you and Mark scrapping could be the climax to that show. And you can incorporate people from your universe that you want people outside of the Flip the Network to see, because it would be incorporated to the JBP, JBN. You can get your people and put them on your standalone show. And then this could all have a climactic factor. But y'all will be creating a universe. Like, I can't stand that nigga Mark Lamont Hill. And you could be talking to Back Woody and Milfy, and they could be in agreement, and then y'all could go outside and create a whole side universe that's incorporated with this universe and take off, and then bring Joe's universe to your universe, meaning you can incorporate his audience to your audience. Mark is showing in real time what happens when you just, okay, I hear your plan. And eventually, down the line, I'll be able to get my shit off the ground. Yeah, we're watching this happen in real time, guys. Go check Patreon. The exclusion of BTS is a big deal. It's a big deal. It's showing that Joe is ready to move forward. It's showing that Joe is ready to get rid of all the extra weight, extra luggage, extra baggage. And one thing that a lot of us keep disagreeing with me on is what happens when JBP is no longer the staple and it's just a part of the JBN. That's the end goal. I'm telling y'all something. What happens when Joe can just make cameos on his own network? You know the role I see Joe playing in a couple of years, if this is successful and continues to be successful in the way that he wants? He's going to be like Jay-Z and his cameo in State Properties. That's how I see Joe in the future on this network. Seeing him, we're going to be like, oh shit, it's Joe. He came out the Batcave. And all of y'all can be included. Ish, everybody that you want to include or get some limelight shown to, and if you want to have your own standalone career, you could join this universe too. And another thing that y'all can do, because I spoke on this earlier, Mark playing into the jokes that we speak on and the jokes that he has on the pod, he puts it into the show. Y'all could incorporate y'all long-standing beefs that y'all had on the pod. Imani could make standalone content showing us outside that he's not broke and that he's not a bad father and that he's not a womanizer. Ish can show us that he's not a pseudo-intellectual. And show us why Joe has the animosity that he has, or why they have their playful banter. Ice can make content showing that he's not sensitive, that he is outside. You know how many numbers that would do? Showing Ice outside. Just showing Ice outside, hanging with quote-unquote thug niggas and doing quote-unquote thug things. The opposite of his persona. Tie everything back into the JBP while building your own fan base. And becoming a part of the network, because Mark is making a long play here. I was like, damn, they got rid of 40-something episodes of BTS. Just poof. We don't care about it. It was a waste of time. That's how they're viewing it. Like it was a waste of time. Oh man, but yeah, man, we have to pay attention, dog. They're saying a lot of things on the show that can be taken as jokes, but it's not to us, the audience. They're trying to subtly tell their co-hosts things are moving in a different direction, dog. You either gonna join or you're gonna get left behind. But I appreciate y'all, man. I see all the chatter about Danny and Miss Sade. Yes, I made a video on it. Yes, it's on Patreon. Yes, this is the plug for it. And it might get deeper than you anticipate. But I appreciate all the support. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the page if you haven't. If you have, you already know how it is. You already know how we rock it. And like I said earlier, there will be another video today. Y'all stay on the lookout for that. Peace.